This one today. I have another one at 2 o'clock, but I'll do it outside. Yeah. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. 31-year-old Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah, the University of Utah. His children and his wife were in the crowd when this unfortunate circumstance happened. And very soon after, we found out that he had passed away. Extremely young, 31. And what a life he led. Violence is not the answer. Whether you are red or blue, violence is not the answer. We can agree to disagree and we can walk away, but not at the cost of one's life, that you cannot express yourself, even if it is unpleasant to hear. I know the things Charlie said. I'm fully aware of what he said about African Americans, about black people. I'm fully aware of what he said about George Floyd. I'm fully aware of the fact that he said that lives do have to be lost to gun violence in order to salvage the bigger picture in his mind.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at...
It's a loss for those two little girls. He has a 3-year-old and he has a 1-year-old. And personally, I do not know why they were there. They should not have been on tour with him. That's not a place for children. That's not a place at any time for your family, most especially when you're as controversial as Charlie Kirk. I am struggling because I am a mother, and becoming a mother changed me completely. I now realized that when I gave birth to my son, I was not a mother only to him. I'm a mother to all children, including Charlie Kirk's children. I'm a mother to all. And so my decisions and the things that I did, the actions that I took, the reactions that I made, everything was on the behest of my son. So it is impossible at any time for me to have said lives have to be lost in order to save A, B, and C. Every life is valid, including Charlie Kirk's, regardless of what a lot of us might think of him. I am decent enough, I am well-bred enough to know that this is a time of mourning, and I give the respect absolutely to his family, to his immediate family, his close friends, and those that loved him. It is important for us to understand that this will not stop until we make it a point to stop it. The bullet from the gun, of which was pointed to him, was positioned a long time ago. He redirected it to himself because of the things that he said. Because not everybody is like I. Not everybody will be level-headed and be able to maturely walk away from things that are terribly unfair, from things that are said that can terribly hurt. I am just so happy that in this white state, Utah, it was a white man that did this and not a black, because this would be a completely different story.
To eulogize means to speak well of. And I wonder what Charlie Kirk would say about Charlie Kirk, because his death stood in stark contrast to the way he lived and the things he believed and the things he espoused. He often talked about black criminality. He often talked about the high crime rates among black people. He spent his life saying that black people basically were inferior and they were superior. Apparently, he's never met a qualified black person that didn't earn it through merit. They were all set aside in DEI. He spent his life talking about empathy and how it was necessary. He spent his life talking about the necessity of people dying for the preservation of an amendment, a piece of paper. He spent his life categorizing people and percentagizing people and slanting things to present a certain aspect of things. He died forwarding the notion that it's black people who are responsible for gun death. His last words were gang violence. But he wasn't shot. He wasn't shot. We know it was because we know who it wasn't. First off, Charlie Kirk was not assassinated. He was shot. The congressmen in Minnesota, they were assassinated because they were shot for their political views. Charlie Kirk was shot. And Charlie Kirk was shot doing the very thing he'd always done, percentagizing and blaming and minimizing and saying these things are not true. These things, his last words were gang violence. But we know who it was because we know who it wasn't. 3 words let you know they weren't black. It was Utah and at large. Now, if Charlie Kirk, we're looking at a situation with Charlie Kirk, would he say he was the victim of crime or white-on-white violence? Because what Charlie Kirk always talked about was how many black people kill black people. But he never talked about how many white people kill white people.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota? Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
We don't know what condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking.
No, not at all.
You said the Democrats have donated
Democrats own this.
But is there a problem with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%.
I send my deepest condolences to his wife. You are now a widow, a young widow for 2 young children. Was it worth this? Was it worth it? That your husband believed in what he believed. I do really hope that he really believed in what he said, at the cost of your children losing their father. It's all 50-50 now, hindsight. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. There are some serious issues that need to be addressed. And you begin to now say to yourself, why is this story all over social media? Charlie Kirk wasn't a politician. He wasn't. He wasn't even a university graduate. But he was on tour to all of these universities, speaking with passion about what he believed in. And even with his last breath, he was talking about African American when this unfortunate situation happened. how ironic of the lives that he thought were not worthy. He didn't calculate and include his life in that batch. Because here we are. Collateral damage. That's what they call it when you go to wars and lives are lost. And you stand there and you say, gun control, no, let there be guns. Let us continue with these guns. Let there be the leniency where you can go into a store and buy a gun. You drop your child off at school. You go to work and you get a call that there has been a shootout at the school. And your heart sinks to the floor. And all reasoning goes out the window. Your heart beats faster. Your body runs cold. And a flash jumps across you. You remember the last time you saw your child. I mean, that you actually looked at your child. They were laughing, they were running to say goodbye. They were running into school with their backpacks. The very people that stand by this has lost his life because somebody had access to a gun. Somebody was able to go into this vicinity, conceal it, take it out, aim and fire. I did not know Charlie Kirk. I only knew him when he made the statement that lives should be lost. And he went on to say, what about lives that are lost in school? And he said, well, I don't know. He lost me there because I am a mother. I am a parent. But Charlie, you were too. I wonder if you're turning around seeing all of the chaos, would you have done what you did, knowing that this would cost your life? Everybody's life is valid. And until we understand that everybody's life is valid, before we will lift the value on certain lives. There was a couple that also lost their lives. I didn't see any of this news and mayhem. I didn't. I don't believe in violence. I don't stand for it. I don't support it regardless of what he said. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Doesn't matter what he said to me. He stood up for what he believed in, and it cost him his life. I'm very sorry about that, Charlie. And my deepest condolences to your 2 little girls. They deserved better. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button. And I will see you sooner than later. Yes, I do. Look, back up. Have you noticed that I refuse to give any of this away? It's always sold out. Always what? It's always sold out. So, guys, what do I think about our slippery lime shampoo? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. And for the benefit of other shampoo products, I covered them. I had to do this test because I needed to prove a point. And I don't want to bring up any other product or brand. But these are other shampoos that I've had. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to take them out one by one. Let me put my slippery slime here. I'm going to bring it out one by one. And I'm going to pour it out for you to see. Yeah? Look at the consistency. Look at the consistency. Okay. That is one. Look at the consistency of this one. Okay. Look at the consistency of this. Oh God. Look at the consistency of this. Look at the consistency of slippery slime shampoo by Healthy Hair Studio, created by a trichologist called ENITAN. It's a beast. It won't even. Just look. If you are asking me, Fumi, a slippery lime shampoo, Healthy Hair Studio, created by trichologist ENITAN, is it FDV approved? It is absolutely FDV approved. It is absolutely FDV approved. Go right ahead and use my discount code Fumi and get you.
The value of the information that we were given. So it's not overwhelming. It was very clearly laid out. It was accessible, even for someone that's not familiar with public relations.
Now I'm leaving, feeling more PR ready. What I thought I knew, I now know more. What I came to do, I've done so much more.
If you are serious about really growing your business or growing your brand, then like this is really this is a must.
And I love the fact that I came away from it feeling and knowing that I now have a clear pathway for the things I want to do next for my business.
I'm literally in awe.
I feel like I can pitch. There's so many platforms that I've wanted to go on, so many podcasts or just things that I thought I can only dream about. But in this retreat and just through the classes and the sessions, I really learned how to actually reach out to those platforms, to those huge platforms.
Know that when it comes to PR, Nina gonna put you together, okay? During our sessions, how she walked us through the playbook and she had us complete tasks. It gave us a sense of clarity.
Nina, you did that. You brought a group of amazing women together and you helped us bond, see our worthiness, and yeah, it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
yes, it's really been a unforgettable experience.
This is by far the most impactful few days I've had in a very long time.
Nina, you have no idea how profoundly your journey has impacted my journey.
Don't even think about not signing.